Even in war, something small can still travel farther than hate. In a dusty basement shelter, a young boy named Ari carefully folded a piece of paper. The air outside was thick with smoke and fear, but inside, his focus was absolute. He smoothed the final crease, turning a simple sheet into a vessel of hope. On its wing, he wrote a simple question. Is the sky blue where you are? With a hopeful push, he sent his paper airplane soaring through a broken window. Into Tigray, uncertain world, the little plane danced on the wind, a fragile messenger against a backdrop of destruction. It glided over ruined streets, past skeletal buildings, and through a silent, abandoned playground where swings swayed like ghosts. Its journey was perilous, a tiny speck of white against a canvas of gray and black. Miles away, in another city scarred by the same conflict, a young girl named Luma sat amidst the rubble. She spent her days painting vibrant skies in her notebook, a stark contrast to the grim reality above. Just as she finished a stroke of yellow for a sun that wasn't there, something small and white fluttered down, landing gently beside her. It was Ari's airplane. She carefully unfolded it, her eyes tracing the curious handwriting. Is the sky blue where you are? Silhouetted up the sky was a blanket of ash. A sad smile touched her lips. On the other wing, she wrote a reply. I think it used to be. With a gentle throw, she sent the messenger back on its journey. And so began their silent conversation. The little plane became a lifeline, defying the chaos that surrounded them. Back and forth it traveled, carrying their whispers across the war-torn landscape. Do birds still sing there? Ari asked. Sometimes, in the quiet moments, Luma replied. Do you have trees? Se wonder. Se wonder. Only the memory of them, he wrote back. Their messages were simple, yet they held the weight of their shared world. A world of sirens, fear, and a longing for peace. One day, the airplane's journey was nearly cut short. As it soared between clouds of smoke, a roaring fighter jet ripped through the sky, its engine threatening to suck the tiny paper craft into its fiery vortex. The airplane tumbled and spun violently, a helpless leaf in a hurricane. But somehow, it escaped, battered but intact, continuing its vital mission. Words soon felt too small to contain their hopes. They began to draw. Ari sketched tall, green trees, a sparkling river, and a sun so bright it seemed to warm the page. He folded his drawing and sent it flying. When Luma received it, she smiled. A real, genuine smile. In return, she painted a world of her own brilliant rainbows arching over fields of flowers, with bluebirds soaring through the air. In their shared world of paper and ink, the sky was always blue. Then, one day, the airplane stopped coming. Ari waited by his window, his eyes scanning the horizon. Luma sat in her usual spot, her gaze fixed on the gray expanse above. A day passed, then another. The silence was heavier than any explosion. Fear began to creep in, a cold, familiar dread. Had their fragile connection been severed forever? Had their tiny messenger finally fallen? Just as hope began to fade, a single, solitary airplane appeared. It drifted down slowly, landing softly between Luma's outstretched hands. She unfolded it, her heart pounding. It wasn't a message, but a drawing. An unfinished drawing. It showed two children, a boy and a girl, standing together under a vast, blue sky. Their hands almost touching. Something shifted. A gentle breeze whispered through the ruins, carrying with it a scent of change. Luma looked up. A sliver of blue was breaking through the clouds, miles away. Ari saw it too. They both stepped out from their shelters, their eyes wide with wonder. The suffocating blanket of gray began to part, pulling back like a curtain to reveal the brilliant, endless blue they had only been dreaming of. The war was over. Ari folded a new airplane. Luma did the same. They threw them into the air, not with a question, but with a celebration. And as they did, hundreds more joined them, a blizzard of white wings filling the peaceful sky. Each one a promise of a new beginning. Thank you for watching. If this story touched you, please consider sharing it.